Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video / episode to Behind the Sitcom. So without further ado, let's get into the video / episode. Alright, so today I want to talk about the show Diff'rent Strokes. Alright, so Diff'rent Strokes, for those who don't know what that show is, it's basically a show that featured a filthy rich man. Alright, he was a white man, yes, and I'm pretty sure you guys already guessed that. And it featured an older son and a youngest son. Now, the older son and youngest son was the two sons of the mother that used to be the rich white guy's housekeeper. So to her deathbed, she asked the filthy rich man if she could watch after her two boys, so which was the oldest son and the youngest son. And those two sons came from Harlem, and and they lived in this big penthouse on Park Avenue, and it was still Manhattan, but it was like the filthy rich neighborhood, I guess. And and the filthy rich man already had a kid, but she was a girl, of course. That was his daughter. She was the same age. She was like around the same age as the older son. So and after that, of course, the filthy rich man had a housekeeper. And the rest of that was history. In case you want to know the names, all right. So the youngest son is Arnold. The oldest son is Willis. The filthy rich man is Mr. Drummond, or Philip Drummond. And the housekeeper, well, the housekeeper changed I gotta say, as the seasons went on. But the first housekeeper was Mrs. Garrett, all right. The second housekeeper was Pearl. Yeah, Pearl. Oh, and Adelaide too. So Adelaide. It was Adelaide, Pearl, and Mrs. Garrett, right? So I'll just let you guys know that. Kimberly used to go to boarding school. That's why she'd rarely be home, or at least in that first episode, she was in boarding school. But she actually decided not to go anymore and attend public school like her adopted brother Willis. Yes, these two boys did get adopted. Yes, by Mr. Drummond, of course. The wife was never featured in the show because she passed away before the boys lived with Mr. Drummond. So that was years after that happened. I'm surprised that we never got a story on that, really. They touched upon it on the show a few times, but they didn't really talked about it that much. But anyways, so the girl, which is Kimberly, Mr. Drummond's daughter, Philip Drummond's daughter, she decided to go attend public school instead of boarding school, I guess, to be closer to home, whatever. Later on in the show, she did go to Paris, so she decided to live in Paris and stuff. Overall, the show was pretty good, I gotta say. It lasted for 8 seasons. It's pretty good. I felt like it could have went longer, but I mean, seeing the direction that the show was going, it was on NBC, but then it went to ABC. So, it went to 2 networks, and it had 8 seasons. So it lasted excuse me, for as long as it did. Oh yeah, eventually, someone, that was a new addition to the family, which was Sam. That was Mr. Drummond's new wife's son. So, yeah, he was on the show, but he came later on though. I'll say around seasons. I know of course it was in season 8, but he was around season 7. Yeah, I'll say around there when he first came to the show. So yeah, and the reason why he came on was because Arnold was the youngest one, and he didn't have nobody that would look up to him as the older brother. So yeah, the show was all right, we're gonna get you an adopted brother. All right, so yeah. So yeah, man, there was one big happy family, So yeah, that's really heartwarming, man, to, see, that your siblings are different skin color as you, and yeah, and the two boys' father, which is Willis and Arnold, he passed away too, so yeah, that's why he never got custody of them. It's crazy how the show got so much backlash, because the show wasn't even that bad. I seen a lot of worse videos on YouTube. All right, there's a lot of bad videos on YouTube. So and there was a lot of bad shows on the air as well. So to see that, the show Diff'rent Strokes go through racism and all of that, and it didn't really make any sense. But then again, it does make sense, because it did tackle race. When two black kids go into a white person's home, it can get a bit controversial. So yeah, you know how that be. White parents being parents to black kids, having custody of them, and yeah, the same thing vice versa, right? So yeah, man, that's basically all I wanted to say. So yeah, if you haven't seen that show, you should go check it out. All right. Yeah. So if you're so yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, if you're viewing this on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're listening to this on a podcast streaming service, follow, subscribe, or however it's set up, and yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.